In this video, we're comparing two roles that on the surface may seem pretty similar, and that is data analyst and business analyst. Now, this is based on my 12 plus years in tech, where I've either worked with folks in both of those roles and having had business analyst as part of my job scope when I was a product and a business manager. Now, to be clear, there's no 100% set definition for how companies or even organizations within a company define data analyst or a business analyst. Some companies may ask a business analyst to be skilled at what ordinarily would have been a data analyst skill set, and vice versa. So if you're in the job market, pay very close attention to the job descriptions to get clarity on what the company actually means for that role. Now, while there are similarities, there are also, of course, some differences that make these two roles distinct. So let's talk about them. First point is focus and function. A data analyst is your go-to for all things numbers. They're who you call if you need to do a little bit of detective work into data sets, looking for trends, patterns, narratives. They may use statistical tools and software to process all this data and create reports that tell stories with numbers. And the main goal of all of this is to uncover insights with that data to help other decision makers, well, make decisions. Business analysts, on the other hand, have a little bit different of a lens. They're a bit more like consultants. A business analyst lives at the intersection of the business itself, but also the data. And they serve as a bridge between those two worlds. Now, compared to a data analyst, a business analyst is going to be more often a consumer of data reports instead of being the people that actually generate those reports. Now, they will in many cases partner with data analysts to ask the right questions, and that's to create new and better reports, optimize the reports that already exist, all with the goal of answering some of those business questions and achieving an objective. And from that, they analyze processes, systems, they recommend improvements, and the way they do that is they digest everything that's presented to them in these data reports, but it all stems from the data and the reports and ensuring those reports are actually serving a business need. Point number two is the tools that both of these roles use. Now, this is where one of the biggest differences lie between these two roles, and that is in the tools. Every artist has their preferred tools. You might think of a paintbrush or a pencil, just like a developer has their sets of tools in the form of programming languages like Python or C. For a data analyst, the toolbox might consist of understanding SQL for querying databases, Python or R for advanced analytics, and visualization tools like Tableau or Power BI. Data analysts are part mathematician, part artist. They know that a well-crafted chart can be worth 1,000 spreadsheets. Business analysts, on the other hand, are kind of like your Swiss Army knives in the business world. They'll be way less involved with using SQL or Python or R. From a data standpoint, they're going to be much more involved, again, as I mentioned earlier, consumers of reports. And they'll be focused on visualization tools like Tableau and Power BI and even Excel, which is probably what most people are realistically going to use most often. For as old as Excel is, it's still a very versatile tool, not just for visualization, but really for organizing data and basic data modeling. In addition to data visualization, a business analyst may also leverage project management tools like Trello or Jira. And as you might have guessed it, Excel can be a little bit useful here too. So it's not all purely data-driven for a business analyst, but all the tools used are with the end goal of driving process improvements and financial results. But all the tools are used with the end goal of driving business improvements and financial results. And when it comes to learning about these tools and how they apply to each role, make sure to check out the links I've got in the description below, where you can find some really excellent online learning platforms, some of which I've used for many, many years. They all have some really great coursework on everything I'm talking about in this video. And if you're wanting to move your career in the direction of a data analyst or a business analyst, these courses may be exactly what you need to get started. Now, with both of these roles, what's the end goal? For data analysts, it's about influencing decisions with data. They're the ultimate backstage crew that powers the spotlight. When they do their job right, the data speaks for itself and the decisions become that much more clearer. And business analysts are more like directors of a play, aligning the vision of a production with the granular details behind the scenes. The goal is to ensure that when a business strategy hits the stage, it gets a standing ovation through cost savings, business efficiencies, and just general financial improvements. To use a different analogy, they help make sure the ship is sailing in the right direction. Now, choosing between data analyst and business analyst isn't just about skill sets. It's about really where your passions lie. Are you a number crunching detective, or are you more strategy oriented? Do you get more excited about algorithms or improving business processes? There's no one size fits all for careers. It's about tailoring the job to suit your aspirations. Now, if you want to learn more about what education options are out there for analysts, check out these two videos here where I walk through some very affordable online course options with certificates, as well as online MBA degree programs, which I think are a really good value add to anyone's career. In either case, there's something for everyone. With that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you around.